Yeah, I think first of all, I think what Tony said was really important. He kind of laid out this issue about just how complex and how multifaceted some of these trade issues are. So the notion that we're going to have some big grand deal and it's easily solvable over a weekend, I think we have to dampen our expectations on that. What I think markets are looking for, though, Tyler, is some sense as a framework put in place that we can continue negotiations and that we can begin the process of de-escalation. So I think that's what we're going to look for out of the trade negotiations, for the balance this week into the weekend.
John, an awful lot of people believe that we're going to be in a state of trade tension and geopolitical tension with China, not just for the next few months, but for the next years and maybe even decades, and that is just something we're going to have to get used to. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. I think it's very hard to tell what's going to happen 3 to 6 months out on something like this. I think we're working up, Tyler, to a crescendo of some kind, with both sides expressing their grievances to each other fairly without not withholding anything. I think people are drawing a lot of lines in the sand. But ultimately, we think for China, the biggest problem is every day that it doesn't have an agreement with the U.S., more companies around the world, and not just U.S. companies, begin to diversify their supply chain away from China.
And obviously, lines in the sand can get washed away in the next tide, John.
I think so, Tyler. I think you can't count on that. And if anything, it's a dynamic situation that, based on the pain consumers in China and in the United States could feel from a full second year of trade war, we think the effects of that are being reverberated in the halls of leadership in both countries. And so we think we're just reaching a crescendo here. We do agree with the thought that this is a much longer process than many people thought from the beginning. But Wilbur Ross gave us the signal on that, as I recall, when he said the complexity of this thing about a year ago on CNBC. This is going to take some time. There's so many issues, and fundamentally, from an ideological perspective, there's a huge moat between both countries that's got to be worked out.